Hi everyone, this is Chantay. My computer is back. Yes, my charger came. I'm using my new charger. Thank the heavens because I almost lost my shit. People, for the last couple of days, I'm actually, beginning to, begin to finish my project that I have for class. I have one part that I did on my other computer that I saved to my flash drive, so I'm happy. But anyway, welcome to hashtag Chantay's analysis. So I am Chantay on Twitter and Instagram, or just simply just Chantay Berry. So I'm here, folks. So let's get into COVID-19. Globally, according to the Johns Hopkins website, you're at 28,660,123 cases of COVID-19 in 187 countries. Last week, we were at 27 million. Now we are 28. We're at 28.6 million people in like the last 2 or 3 days. That's insane. That's freaking crazy, right? Yeah. The death toll on the global stage, globally, is at 919,081. In the U.S., we account for a fifth of these cases, so we are at 6,482,000. Goddamn. 523, and we just been 6.4 million within like 2 days, I think. Lost count, not sure, but that's where we are. And the death toll here at home is 193,670, and this is all on the Johns Hopkins website. I'm literally like looking at the website, like literally looking at it through my iPad. It's like literally there. So that's where we are. Now I want to get into the states here at home, because that is, since we account for a lot of it, and most the people I talk to mostly are living in the United States of America. Some are international. Great. I just read the global numbers, and I hope everybody, if you're wherever country you are at, I hope you guys are okay. Seriously. And wear your mask and wash your hands, please. For the love of God. But let's draw your attention to the top 10 highest cases. So we have California at 758,960. They're almost at 800,000. They're leading to the million mark. Like I said, I won't be surprised if California reach 1 million cases. I don't want to be like doomsday, but I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Texas is at 685,871. This is all to the New York Times COVID map for the states. So the New York Times COVID map I'm reading right now. The global numbers are on the Johns Hopkins website. So it's coronavirus.jhu.edu. Florida, 661,563. New York is at 448,347. Georgia, 276,319. Illinois is 262,957. Arizona, 208,128. New Jersey, 198,126. North Carolina, 184,282. Now, just keep in mind, North Carolina is about to be on that trajectory. They might surpass New Jersey. I won't be surprised, because they're 14,000 cases or 16,000 cases behind New Jersey. 14,000 cases behind New Jersey. That is a big concern. And Tennessee rounds at the top 10, 168,552. Now, I am going to read some other states. We have Louisiana at 570,109. Pennsylvania, 148,635. Alabama is at 137,646. Ohio, 136,568. So there's a lot of states. South Carolina is about to reach 130,000. That's insane. But of course, as I always say, we don't have a national strategy, a national coordinated plan to combat COVID. So that's where we are, folks. That's where we are. And 30 million people, over 30 million people out of work. Over 40 million people are getting evicted. Food insecurity. Republicans, like I said yesterday, just pretty much, yeah, it is sad, Elizabeth. And it is true, Latina, over the Caucasian T20. Like I said, we have it's no, like, we have no plan. We're literally like, we're leaderless right now, if that is a word. Like, we are, like, no, like, just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we're not even wave 2 yet. And everybody keeps saying, wave 2? Duh, it's a pandemic. If you study pandemics last for normally 2 years. But since this pandemic is unusual and things change, and the way we're being led, it's going to be probably like parts of the first term if Biden and Harris. And yeah, and fires on the West Coast, floods down south, and some parts of the East Coast. Strange, unusual weather here in New York. It's cold today, but it's supposed to be warm again tomorrow. So it's like, it's very weird. Snow in California. I mean, Colorado had a heat wave and then the snow. Like, it's climate change is serious. And Donald Trump is not doing anything. He scaled back the, he withdrew us, from the Paris and Climate Accord. So there you have it. I think us, Venezuela, and Nicaragua is the countries that are not signed to the Paris Climate Accord. And you see what's going on in Venezuela, and they're having problems. And we don't know what's going on in Nicaragua because this man has isolated us from the whole entire world. We're not even connected with our allies at this point in time. That's why it's important. This election is important to restore our integrity on the world stage. I'm just saying. But that's where we are in terms of COVID. Now, I remember now what one of my hashtags. So if you guys watch AM Joy this morning, you will realize that Giuliani, the disgraced mayor from New York, that's what I call him, was interviewed today by Jonathan Capehart, who covered the AM Joy today. I'm trying to find a clip on where he got demolished by Jonathan. So, where is that? Nope, it's not on my YouTube. So let me check my, that thing. Yeah, he was cray-cray. Oh, and also a video will be dropping out tonight to message, even though I block homeboy, because I'm about to get into him, Tariq Nasheed. But I have to play the video. Where is the video? There we go.
That a former federal prosecutor of SDNY, former two-term mayor of New York City, a person who has a national security firm.
Let's play that again.
The idea that a former federal prosecutor of SDNY, former two-term mayor of New York City, a person who has a national security firm, I'm trying to understand how someone of your stature and career, what happened to you, Mayor Giuliani? Why are you out here spinning conspiracy theories and lies and interfering with an American election? What happened to you?
I'm not interfering with an American election. Indicting Steve Bannon is interfering with an American election, but that's okay. But putting out a
running
report
around the world trying to find evidence And you're not fighting any that can't be debunked by fact checkers all over the country trying to undermine the Democratic presidential nominee.
And you cover it up. I am not. I was defending my client, Donald J. Trump, against false charges that have been proven to be false, and that your network refuses to publish. You won't publish that 12 cell phones were wiped by prosecutors. Prosecutors don't wipe cell phones, Jonathan, by accident. Not 12 of them.
Mayor Giuliani.
What the Mueller people were doing is obstructing justice. As we said, they were Democratic operatives posing as prosecutors.
Mayor Giuliani, I need
that, but you don't cover it, so you don't.
You talking about what happened to Giuliani? Giuliani always been a racist motherfucker, Jonathan. He always been a motherfucker that to create stories. I grew up in New York City, born and raised. I remember Elizabeth, I remember as a child, that man was no friend to black and brown people. That man ran a racist campaign against the first black mayor of New York City, which was David Dinkins. It was nothing wrong with David Dinkins, as far as I'm concerned. I remember the first when Mayor Giuliani got in there. I was 8 years old when he got in there. And I'm going to tell you this. Slash funding for the Board of Education at the time. It was called Board of Education. Tried to make it hard for some of you programs to be funded, to not employ a lot of children, kids. And his successor did the same fucking shit too. Let's be clear. So when Donald Trump said Democrat-run cities, New York was a Republican-run city from 1994 to 2013. That's damn near 20 years. We live under racist police profiling, racial profiling, and brutality under Mayor Giuliani. Crime was still high under Mayor Giuliani. After schools wasn't funded as much because of Mayor Giuliani tried to cut the funding. Thank God the Clinton administration had public grants for people to get. I'm not surprised he's defending a racist. And then post your disastrous mayorship, aligning yourself with Donald Trump, which I'm not surprised because you are a bum. Yes, that's right. Mayor Giuliani's a bum. Or excuse me, Rudolph Giuliani is a bum. Okay? Say his own name. Rudolph Giuliani. And your son is a bum too. Because he's around my age. He's a bum. And what else? You went across the world. You are friends with Russian agents. Lev Parnas too. Who Lev Parnas spilled the tea on your ass after you made a fool of your ass this morning. Lev Parnas was still sincere. He said he looked up to your dumb ass, your dumb racist ass, Rudolph. Sure did. You was God's father to his son. Yeah, he is a fucking bum. Let's see. Because there's so much on Rudolph that I could really get the fuck into. How about you treated the FDNY, the Fire Department of New York City, like shit? You gave the green light to the NYPD to racially profile black and brown men. He is the reason why we can't sit on milk crates any fucking more. And there was nothing wrong sitting on milk crates. Everybody in the motherfucking hood was doing it. It wasn't no problem. He created the chaos and the problem. And once he was up, his predecessor, Michael Bloomberg, yeah, he made the city attractive. Yeah, he reformed some departments, but he still ain't shit neither. Yes, he helped after his mayorship, his 12 years of God, Jesus Christ, a long, expensive, strenuous mayorship helped black families, but he still ain't shit neither. He's part of that redlining shit. They all full of shit. Both Rudolph Giuliani and Michael Bloomberg is full of shit. I know Jonathan Capehart worked for Michael Bloomberg when Michael Bloomberg was a Republican and switched to independent while in office. He still ain't shit. No matter how you put the city box, how much you beautify the city, you're the reason why Michael Bloomberg, that black people left. But the point I'm making about Rudolph Giuliani, he's not shit. He tried to get dirt on Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden, his only surviving son, okay? Because Joe Biden lost his other son, which is Joseph Robinette Biden III, also known as Beau Biden, to cancer. So now the fact that you attacking his only surviving son because he worked for the Russian, one of the Russian companies, because he got it through his father. He did not get nothing through his father. He didn't even work for the Obama administration. His father had nothing to do with his professional endeavors. So Giuliani, what the fuck is you talking about? Democrat operatives working for the Mueller investigation. There was no Democrat operatives. Robert Mueller is a full-blown ass Republican. A staunch fucking conservative. Okay? A lot of institutionalists that work for the FBI are Republicans. Traditional Republicans. That's why everybody is so shocked that Republicans are attacking the intelligence agency when half of the guys that work in the intelligence agency are Republicans or independents that vote Republican. I don't understand. It's stupid. When I watched it, I wasn't even mad. I was just like, you really embarrassing yourself? And Jonathan was trying to be tough, but I mean, Tiffany would have done an extraordinary, I can't find the words, an extraordinary job. Even though Jonathan almost lost his composure for a second, not just in that video, but throughout the whole entire interview. And then Mayor Giuliani was trying to be, Rudolph was trying to be rude to Jonathan. Absolutely, Elizabeth. Yeah. And you're right, Lori. They will do anything for power. Giuliani has lost so much credibility, even before he aligned himself with Donald Trump. He has lost credibility as our mayor. I don't care if he was standing there with the guys on 9/11 19 years ago. He's still full of shit. Black people know who you are, Rudolph. You try to humiliate your wife, your second wife, with the public divorce. We all know, Rudolph. We all know, Rudolph. How about your son work for the Trump administration doing criminal shit too, right? Oh, you don't want to talk about that, but you want to talk about Hunter, who had nothing to do with his father during the Obama administration. And Tiffany would have gotten that ass. She got in Bruce Lavelle's ass, and I lived for it, child. Okay? I live for that shit. So that's why I'm saying, Tiffany, I hope Tiffany feels better because I would love to see her on the weekends. My mom and my sister loves Tiffany, by the way. I always appreciate Tiffany's commentary. Or you could have had Zelina. No, Zelina wouldn't have been putting up with that bullshit neither. I think he did, Lori. I'm not quite as sure. But I know Rudolph Giuliani was no friend to black people here. Not at all. Not in New York. Nope, 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 nope. Brooklyn's trash. That's what he is. Like Brooklyn's garbage before Brooklyn clean up. All the New York City trash. Rudolph Giuliani. Well, Michael Bloomberg ain't really from New York, so he don't count. He from Massachusetts. Let's see. Patrick Lynch. That's another fucking racist. I'm not surprised he endorsed Trump because I hate that bastard too. And he gonna get his shit too. Let's see. If Trump loses, oh, he gonna get his shit. He gonna get his ass torn up. Go to his house, protest. You know, he still live in Queens. Last time I checked. Who else is New York City? And of course, the occupant of the White House. We can't forget because he act like, yep, David Dinkins sure did enough for the city. I was a toddler when he was the mayor. I was 3 years old when he was the mayor. Because I was born in 1986. I was born during the Ed Koch administration. So I don't know about the Ed Koch administration. And David Dinkins did do for people. My parents was pissed when he lost that election. They were tight. And I don't know if he still lives uptown in Harlem, because the last time I checked, he lived on 155th Street. So I don't know. But, yeah. Pat Lynch gonna get his shit. Giuliani gonna get his shit. And of course, Donald Trump, who perceives himself to act like he relates to the people, the blue collar worker in the middle of the Dust Bowl of the Midwest, like all these stupid ass pundits try. I said, here's what y'all don't get. Donald Trump is from Queens. Privileged ass Queens. Let's see what part of Queens he's from, because I think he's from Elmhurst, for the last time I checked. Because his stupid ass is from Queens. Let's see. He was born in Jamaica Hospital in the borough of Queens. His father is from the Bronx. His father's not from Germany. His grandparents, Donald Trump's grandparents, were German. And his mother is a Scottish born. He grew up in Jamaica Estates. Now, where is Jamaica Estates? Jamaica Estates is the bounded Union Turnpike in the North Hillside Avenue. Utopia Parkway. It's also near Hollis, Queens. Hollis is a nice area. Fresh Meadows. Fresh Meadows is far. Hillcrest. Queens Village. It's a nice fucking neighborhood. So when Donald Trump claims that, trying to relate to the middle, the dumbasses in the middle of the country, the white dumbasses in the middle of the country, not all of them, but some of them, won't specify that. Just letting folks know that motherfucker grew up in Jamaica Estates. His borough during the pandemic and still has the highest cases of coronavirus throughout New York State. So I didn't want to go off on Trump, but Trump appeals himself to be this thing, and you're not, dude. You're rich. You were born with a silver spoon in your fucking mouth. But as I said, back to Giuliani lost his credibility a long time ago. So when Jonathan said what happened to him, I said, he lost that shit. But up there lying and shit like that, and Les Partners was like, no, bitch. This is it. But to catch more of that interview with him lying, you could watch it. I think it's on YouTube or something, or you could catch the clips on Twitter. Now I want to talk about me being attacked today. So for those who follow me, I was attacked by Tariq Nasheed. He's the founder of, I don't know, this little dumbass organization. I don't know what the fuck that shit is called. I could really give two fucks, but he so-called attacked my ass. It started on Thursday because he was venting saying that Democrats are criticizing him, Killer Mike, for meeting with Brian Kemp. Nobody wasn't upset. Everybody was just disappointed in Killer Mike because Killer Mike had all this smoke for Democrats. But you're meeting with the man who cheated his way to that office as when he was Secretary of State at the time, and then he is the reason why Georgia has has so many cases of COVID-19. They almost have 300,000 cases, and their state is not that big. Like Cuomo said, they didn't have to deal with European travel. So that's how that whole shit started there first. And then he asked me if I was Caribbean. Because I said nobody wasn't mad. You were disappointed. Watch how you saying people are mad. So he asked me if I was Caribbean. And I was like, I'm African American. What kind of question is that? So he started his shit today, responding to shit with me. Let me see if I have the exchange. Oh, I took pictures of it because I didn't feel like looking up and down the shit. Okay, so here we go. About to pull all this shit up. I'm going to read it. It's a little lengthy. So I said to him, I'm not upset, more so disappointed. Georgia has over 260,000 cases of COVID-19. Instead of taking a look at combating COVID-19, Killer Mike is meeting with him about policy. Not a good look. So watch how you say we're mad. Nobody ain't mad, period. So he said, are you Caribbean? And I said, nope, I'm African American. Why is that a question? I took a picture of that. And after people saying, they responded and said, I knew there was a reason why people blocked him, because people did block him. He said to me, but you're not a foundational Black American. You are trying to play little word games, but I know a non-foundational Black American when I see one. My nigga, what? What kind of fucking bullshit is that, my nigga? So I showed him, this is what I told him on my Twitter. I said, oh, Tyreek, you're so lost. Here's some information to educate you. I showed my ancestry map. I did that because I would have thought he would have left me the fuck alone because, he has a wife and kids and shit. As I said to you, don't mess with me. You don't know me. I'm no Twitter thug. I'm a real chick out here, man. Then he said, post some out of context ancestry chart doesn't mean anything. You're some anchor baby. But your vibe is way too goofy to be a foundational Black American. Keep in mind, Tariq Nasheed is 51 years old. I'm 34. He could be old enough to be my fucking father out in these streets. And you picking a fight with a 30-something-year-old woman. Yeah, okay. He called me a teeter. I don't know what that shit means. What the fuck is a tweeter? And then he said to me, this would really piss him off. The contempt you have for foundational black Americans, the way you are shilling for Kamala Harris. You fool. It said no full black foundational American woman would do that. So let me read that again. The contempt you have for foundational black Americans, the way you are shilling for Kamala Harris, by the way, who's Jamaican and Indian ancestry, basically black and Southeast Asian. No full black American woman would do that. She black. So I said, so this is about my support of Kamala Harris. I guess you had time to look at my profile. You mad or not? I support a strong black woman in caps of Jamaican and Indian heritage who speaks to the issues that affect me. What the hell you have done, I meant to say done, but down, with your organization? No goddamn thing. I never heard of you, never, ever. If I support a black woman like Kamala Harris, so fucking what? I said the same shit to Lori. I don't know what that fucking shit means. I can't even find the fucking website. Why do you give a fuck? Should you worry about making money? Why pick fights with a regular schmegular chick from Harlem? You should worry about doing something to uplift black men in the most positive way than suppressing the vote. As I said before, leave me alone. You don't want to mess with me, man. Go on ahead and worry about grifting the next black man or woman. Hashtag good night. In New York, when you talk that bullshit, we tell your ass good night. Good night means get the fuck out of my face. Go to sleep. Goodbye. So he said this. You are clearly an anchor baby teaser who uses multiple troll accounts to shield for Democrats. First of all, I only got one Twitter account the last time I checked. One. Only one. Numero uno. And foundational black Americans will not shield that hard for people who go out their way to ignore their needs. But a non-foundational black American would. Who's a non-foundational black American? Last time I checked, we all black Americans, motherfucker. No matter what your nationality is, bitch. And what type of black person would shield for them? So I said this. I'm a Democrat, you dumb motherfucker. And I wrote that out. I always shield for Democrats because I am one. A lifelong one, you bitch. On the other hand, you always fucking starting some shit with black women. Go shit to take. I wrote that fast. I was mad. To take care of your wife, Peanut. Stop fucking being a horrible ass piece of shit. You ADOS trash ass motherfucker. Thank you, Thank you, cousin. And then I said, now block. People beware of racist and misguided man, Tariq Nasheed. First of all, I don't come on social media to start no shit with nobody. That's not my thing. I don't do that shit. I have school. I'm in school for my master's. I was working on some of my project today. Didn't really have that much time, but I work on some of my project today. I got a whole project. Thank you, Elizabeth. Due on Wednesday. I did part 1 of my project. I'm also out here seeking new employment. I use my Twitter to post my political stuff, and that is it. I don't get into fights with people because I don't got the fucking time. Because I could be arguing with a Russian bot for all I fucking care. But for Tariq your 51-year-old ass to motherfucking start with my black ass. Why? I don't know why. Like I said, your wife's name is Peanut. Go take care of her. Go take care of your kids. Leave me alone. Leave me. Because I don't got the energy to be fighting with nobody. I blocked him because you're 51. I'm 34. Two different generations. You damn near old enough to be my father. And I told you to leave me alone because you don't know me. You don't know what the fuck, who I fucking know. I got ex-boyfriends ready to kill. My dad, who's almost 70 years old, ready to be like, what? Who? And what? The last thing I need is to argue with some man with a wife and his kids. I'm not out here trying to argue with niggas out here. And yes, I said niggas because he's a low-class bum. Bottom of the fucking barrel. You was a rapper at one point in your life. Nigga, what rap songs you made that was on the motherfucking radio? You ain't no motherfucking Busta, Nas, Jay-Z, Q-Tip, Talib Kweli. And I heard Talib Kweli's on that fucking ADOS shit too. Who are we sending the Marines after? Yo, cousin. Ain't nobody. Listen, I blocked the motherfucker because I'm like, I'm not arguing with no fucking body. I don't do that shit. I don't do that shit on Twitter. I do that shit in person. Knock your fucking ass out. Fuck out of here, bitch. Shit. But thank you. It was disgusting. Everybody saw that shit. Everybody was like, yo. Like, why is he, like, going that hard at you? Like, it was crazy. And yes, I made some grammatical errors typing because I was mad. My phone, I be typing shit out like it's my computer, and I just be like, wait, hold up, time out. I'm just on my phone sending a message. I need to reread my shit before I send it out. Because, you know when you mad and you just type shit out, and it's just like, okay. Did you read your shit yet? Because I'll just be sending it off. And I'll be like, oh, let me read that shit again. Because I'll be mad. I'll be mad texting. Mad sending out tweets at times. And I just be like, yeah, girl, don't do that. Check your shit. But, yeah, I had to block the motherfucker because I'm like, I don't argue on social media. I don't do that shit. I have friends that do that shit, but I don't do that shit. I don't got time. I don't have the energy. I don't got the energy for that shit no more. It's too much. You're right, Elizabeth. It's too fucking much. Just, ugh. But, fuck him. He ain't shit. But in the meantime, as I'm ending this, we all got the vote. That Biden and Harris. I bought my Biden and Harris t-shirt. Well, it's actually Jill, Joe, Jill, and Doug and Kamala. I paid $30 for that shit. When I told my mom that, my mom said, did you get that off the street? I was like, no. It says shirts on the street. I was like, Ma, I don't know. You get the shirt off of Amazon for cheaper. But I am supporting the campaign because it's one of the first presidential campaigns that actually, like, physically, financially is supporting, which is good because at the time wasn't able to financially support campaigns like that. I would just, like, watch and, like, be informed and do my research. Even I still do my research and stuff like that and just watch. And I did my research ahead of time. But, yeah. You got to get Biden and Harris in there because that would be the most progressive administration. It's like almost like the Obama, and they are the Obama coalition out here in these streets. So, yeah, I encourage everybody to vote. Tell a friend, vote, educate somebody, and vote. But until then, you guys have a good night. Okay?